subscribe, like, comment, and hit the notification bell.
Good morning, friends. How are y'all? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brandy, and I've been on a health and fitness journey for several years, although I'm not doing that great this year, is what it is. But I'm still trying, and I'm still filming, still doing me, you know. We can't win them all is how I look at it. But I am getting ready to prepare dinner tonight. We're having pulled pork sandwiches. And I just thought I'd take you along for the day. Not the lowest point, but you know, not every meal has to be the lowest point. The reason why I'm cooking this pork shoulder, it's called a pork shoulder butt, which is confusing, right? It's because they had it on sale for 99 cents at the store, and we haven't had something like this in a really long time. Usually we'd smoke it, but since we're even having it during the week, we're just gonna put it in the crock pot. I've never done pulled pork in the crock pot. I've done pork shoulder, pork roast in the crock pot, but never barbecue flavor. So it is a pretty big one. We bought the littlest one we could find just because it is only my husband and myself. I just put it straight in my crock pot and seasoned it very generously with this Pork Perfect. Oh, let's see if I can do this. Yeah, Pork Perfect seasoning. And I'm going to make sure I'm seasoning it on both sides. And then I'm just going to turn on my crock pot for low for 8 hours, and that is it. I may add just a tiny, I'm going to flip it back over. I want the fat on the up. I'm going to add just a tiny bit of liquid, just some water, just so the bottom is not dry. I've always been told you can't, that's not good for a crock pot to cook dry. I don't know if that's an old wives' tale or whatnot, but I've always then followed that rule. Oh, it's already hot. Whoopsie. I will make a pineapple jalapeno slaw to go with this, which will be delicious. And we got some somewhat lower point bun options, trying to do what I can. And it'll make a ton. So in order to not have to eat the whole thing, we'll take some and give it to my in-laws. Okay, so I put probably, well, I can figure it out. How many ounces of water did I put? I put about 4 ounces of water. Like I said, just enough for the bottom. And this is all I'm going to do to that. You could add the barbecue sauce, but I'll add the barbecue sauce later and that sort of thing. I do not have expectations that it's going to taste as good as on the pit, but that's a-okay. And this weekend I prepped some breakfast sausage balls and protein muffins, but I also had prepped just these little biscuits. These are the ones from Walmart that are 4 points each. It's this just their regular store brand. And I have 1 piece of turkey bacon. We ate these on the weekend and I just happen to have 1 left, so I'm just gonna knock it out today. So this tiny sandwich is 4 points, 5 points. 4 for the biscuit, 1 for the bacon. But I just wanted to get rid of it, and it's not big enough for my husband. So that is it. I am gonna have my Starbucks dark roast coffee. It has Starbucks dark roast coffee, a little bit of vanilla almond milk, and sugar-free Twix creamer, 0 points. I already made it. I didn't know I was gonna film today because I couldn't remember what I was having. I looked at the menu and I was like, oh, you should film. You haven't shown that yet. So, okay, today's a work day. Gotta get ready for work, eat this. See you in a bit. Friends, it is lunchtime and I am already digging in. I was about halfway done eating and totally forgot I was filming today. So I just have a salad with romaine hearts, some cilantro, rotisserie chicken breast, cherry tomatoes, cucumbers, bell peppers, a little bit of ranch. It's Bullet House ranch, so it's not many points. A tablespoon of croutons and just a little bit of natural bacon bits. So this salad is 4 points for the croutons, the sunflower seeds, and the dressing. So 4 points for my lunch, and I'm having a Dr. Pepper zero sugar cherry, which I do enjoy. But I believe I have a clip. I prepared 3 salads this week, and I think I have a clip. So if so, I'll insert it now. But I am just watching a YouTube video. I've started watching Dr. Dre. She's a dermatologist, and she's given like her top picks for the Sephora sale and whatnot. So that is it. Today has been busy at work. That's why I'm kind of having like a working lunch, but let me get back to it. I got a little 2-point afternoon snack. It's like 4:50, but I'm gonna be here a little late today, so it's just cottage cheese with a ton of black pepper. I really like the Good Culture, and then a bell pepper cut up, so 2 points. Okay, so just got home and looking at my pork, and oh my goodness, I gotta drain that grease. I probably should have trimmed it this morning, but I didn't, so I'm gonna pour off all this grease before I shred it. I think it'll be better that way. It's not just grease. It's not like separated. I did add liquid and it probably got rid. But I did not realize this is a bone-in pork, so. But that's okay. Let me get this done. Okay, with our pulled pork sandwiches, we're gonna have coleslaw, so I'm about to start making that. I like to add pineapple in mine and peppers. Usually I add jalapeno, but I don't have jalapeno. And then I just make a slaw dressing with like light mayonnaise and some alternative sugar, and just kind of season it as I go. Also add a little bit of lime juice. And then as a side, I wanted to have potato salad, but I got home too late to boil potatoes for potato salad. I have about half a bag of carrots here. So about a pound of carrots or so. And I'm just gonna peel them and cut them into long like fry strips and do potato fry or carrot fries. They're pretty good, but so let's get going. I'm just gonna go ahead and do the whole bag because even if we don't eat them tonight, we'll eat them later. And I tell you, when you cook carrot fries, they like disappear, I swear. It'll look like a lot until they cook, and then it's like nothing. And these are thin carrots too, so it's not gonna make many. So I'm just cutting them into long strips like this. Try to get them somewhat equal so they cook evenly. I'm gonna put them in the bowl I'm gonna make the slaw in just to season them easily. Get these going, because carrots always take a long time to cook. A little bit of coconut spray. Been loving this one from Trader Joe's. And then I'm just gonna add Kinder's The Blend. Not too much because this can get quite salty. Into the air fryer, and I'll check them every 10 minutes. I really like sliced onion on my barbecue sandwich, so I'm just gonna slice a little bit of raw onion just for that reason alone. Are you onions and pickles on your barbecue? I am.
Not me. Pickles. Not onions.
Keep going. Not playing today. Not playing. Stay out of my kitchen. I don't want to see you. I'm going to see you in the film behind me. No. Stay out of the kitchen. My dog, I'm getting him in trouble. Well, he's getting in trouble. He likes to get in my feet in the kitchen, and it drives me bonkers. But I'm such a pushover, and I don't get on him consistently enough, so he thinks it's okay. Well, he knows it's not okay. Okay, that should be enough onion for me, so that's enough. I'm gonna start my slaw, and I'm just gonna put a little bit of this lime juice, and I see you in here, Rio, get out. I have probably about a half a cup to a cup of mayonnaise left in here. It's light Miracle Whip. No, it's not Miracle Whip, it is mayonnaise. So I'm just gonna try to get all this out. I'm just gonna season it with salt and pepper, and that definitely wasn't even half a cup. I hope I have enough. If not, I do have a reserve, I think. About a tablespoon of sugar, and I use this monk fruit I bought from Costco. Just a little. Yeah, it's plenty. I'm making a 16-ounce bag, so that's why you want to make sure you have enough. And now my pineapple, I would have preferred if this was 0 points, but I accidentally ordered one that was points. I drained most of the liquid, but I will use about a quarter of a cup. And I'm actually going to reserve the rest of the liquid just to make sure I don't need any more later. I'm gonna go ahead and add, I usually don't add that much. It's okay. Let's see. So that was, it's 2 points per the serving. There's 4 servings. So that was 8 points of pineapple. I do not love that. Ugh. And I should have whisked everything before I add all that pineapple. Sometimes I get ahead of myself. This is one of those times. But it'll be fine. That is a lot of liquid. Yeah, there wasn't any added sugar in that pineapple because I checked that. Yeah, I checked before I ordered my groceries. I checked that there was no added sugar, and there wasn't, but there was not natural fruit juice. So when I scanned it, I had to count points. Not sure why, but anyways. So that is my base. It's quite watery, more so than usual. I'm going to dice up these 2 peppers from my garden and add those in. I have no idea if these are hot peppers or not. They're not that spicy, so I'm gonna go ahead and add a 3rd. So, I wish I wouldn't have added so much juice because actually when you make coleslaw, it releases a ton of juice. So my coleslaw is gonna be watery, but that's okay. I am gonna taste it just to see. Tastes pretty good, and it is spicy, but my fingers are probably spicy from like actually touching the pepper, not the slaw. Like I said, this is a 16-ounce bag, so that may be like the perfect amount of liquid. Who knows? I'm just gonna stir it all up and let it sit. You know, the longer it sits, the better it'll get. My carrots are cooking and I have to pull my pork. I'll be back. I will not need this. I'm gonna pour it out.
My husband took this photo while I was cooking. It proves sometimes I can get Rio out of the kitchen, but not very often.
So like I said, I did remove most of the juice. I'm also going to try to remove some of the fat, which I should have removed this morning. But I just didn't want it to get too dry. But now I'm seeing that that was not a valid concern. I'm not going to be too picky with cleaning it up, but just do the best I can to make it somewhat healthier. And I just won't like this when I'm eating it. I know myself. Unless it's fat off a T-bone, I'm not interested. Yeah, I'm going to give it another drain off of the grease. I feel like when I was sitting here, it developed more. Okay, now I got it where I like it. And I will start just pulling away. And I think I told you, we're having pulled pork sandwiches, which I've never done the crock pot version. So we'll see. I thought about, I may not use it all for like barbecue. I may save some and then like in a few days we can have like mashed potatoes and gravy and that sort of thing and like change it, because most of my seasoning was just on the outside of the meat and I haven't added barbecue sauce, so I don't think I'll add barbecue sauce to all this. It just seems like it'd be too much barbecue pulled pork, unless we like take some to my in-laws or something like that. Then I may. I'll talk and figure it out. And we don't even have enough barbecue sauce to do this whole thing. So we're just going to add barbecue sauce. Probably just, you know, outside of this pot. Okay. That is a ton of meat. We could also freeze it if we don't use it. So, as I can tell you, I'm not going to want this texture for like that many days. You'll have to leave me a comment. What do y'all do with like roasted pork in the crock pot? I'm going to take some out and mix it with barbecue sauce. So here is the barbecue sauce, the lower point option. And here is a regular one. I'm going to give them a taste and see which one I like. This one will be 0 points. This one will be 3 points. We shall see. So I have 8 ounces here. This will be for 2 servings. And I just added a little bit of the barbecue sauce, just mixing it around. We'll add more topping it. I personally don't like a ton of sauce. So it also, you know, saves me on those calories. But my husband, he'll add more to his if he wants. That's how we'll do it. And the buns we're using are these Martin House potato buns. They're going to be so good. I'm going to pop it in the air fryer just for like a minute just to get it a little warm. Straight on top of my carrot fries. Okay, here is my plate. And I have to say, let me show you. Making 2 sandwiches and we still have this much in the bowl left. And that was the 6 ounces. No, I'm sorry. I had to play it back and see how much I weighed out. Now I'm thinking I weighed out 8 ounces, 4 ounces each. I can't remember. But this is not even like probably a fourth of that. So depending on how much I weighed out, I'm going to account for that on the meat. The carrot fries and the leftover Brussels sprouts are 0 point. The bun is 4. Pickles and onions are none. So I had to count 3 points for the barbecue sauce. No, I didn't use 2 tablespoons in just this. So I'm gonna count a point for the barbecue sauce. So 5 points. And let's say, I think my meat's gonna be like 3 points. So that's 8 points for my sandwich. And then my slaw, I had mayonnaise and I had those pineapples that I had to count points for. But that is this huge bowl. This huge bowl is only about 15 points. So that's very, very hard to estimate. If you're gonna be super strict, you could weigh out the mayonnaise. You could weigh out the whole bowl and then divide it over the servings. I'm just not at that stage in my life where I'm gonna do that. So I'm not. So I'll just, in my head, I know that's 15. I'm at least gonna get 5 servings, probably more than that. So I'll call it 5 points for my slaw. So all in all, a 13-point dinner. It may be a little higher, maybe a little less. But in the grand scheme of things, it'll work itself out. I didn't realize how small these buns were. I didn't remember that. I probably wouldn't purchase them again just because, I don't know. But you could put your slaw on your pork sandwich. I know a lot of people do that. I just don't feel like it. I may add a little as I go. We'll see. Okay, I'll see y'all after dinner.
Asher and I are going for a little walk. It's only 7:30, but it's already dark. I am going to take Rio, but I'm just taking Asher first.
Okay, friends, I am ending the night here. I did take also Rio on a walk. I did 1.7 miles total. I divided it like 0.85 between both of them. We did the same lap with each dog. Typically, I'd take them together, but since it's night, I just don't like that. I want to have like a free hand. I don't know, something about that. I feel more comfortable taking Ash at night and not my little dog, even though my neighborhood's not unsafe. It just, sometimes I get like freaked out. Like there was a car at the intersection and it was at like a T and it was set there for, I don't know, like I could see it. I was walking down the road and it was like, it sat there for like me to do 2 blocks. And it just makes me nervous. Like, why are they waiting? There's no cars. Like, what are you waiting on type of deal. But anyhow, that is it. I did okay throughout the day. You know, I could have done better with dinner, but we're shopping sales nowadays. And if I'm being completely transparent, tracking's on my mind, but staying super tight in my points, I'm just not there right now. I have not had a good year with Weight Watchers, and so it's like turning me off. No plans to quit or anything like that. Just taking a little mental break from the weight loss mode and eating super healthy, super healthy. I feel like I've done that pretty much all year and it's got me nowhere. So I think I'm gonna go the rest of the year kind of enjoying my life a little more lax, but not like going off the rails, you know. I had salad for lunch, knowing I was gonna have a heavier dinner. And that's just the way it works out. But I'm gonna turn around, edit, and watch this election. It is election night. I hope everyone went and voted. Whoever you're voted for, I wrote in my own name. No, just joking. I wanted to. But we'll see how it goes. Fingers crossed. Not one way or another. I mean, I don't want to get into that, but my fingers crossed is whichever way it goes, that there's no like, no issues afterwards, you know, no violence afterwards on either side. That's my number one hope, is that we can get through this election peacefully. I hope I'm not being naive, but that's it, friends. Okay, goodbye.